Jacksonville Jaguars fans? Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Luga. Thanks so much for being here. Wednesday, October 1st. We've got the Travon Walker injury update from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, who initially reported that Travon Walker was going to be seeking consultation from a specialist on his wrist injury. Travon left the game against the 49ers after 12 plays. He was seen in the locker room after the game in a sling, visited with a specialist on Monday, and now Jeremy Fowler reports that Travon Walker is considered week to week per a source close to the situation. So overall, I think when you weigh the different possibilities, this is probably good news for the Jaguars overall. Week to week, probably rules him out for Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football, but that's not official yet. Week to week, there's still today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, potentially get ready for Monday. That seems unlikely, right? But overall, you're not seeing Travon Walker to IR, it looks like. And by the way, the Jaguars had several injuries in their Week 4 win over the San Francisco 49ers to key players. You look at Patrick McCary had an injury, Anton Harrison, Travon Walker, Eric Murray, Antonio Johnson, Foye Oluokun, all those guys left the game at some point or another. There hasn't been any injury news to speak of on those guys, but the fact that they haven't been placed on IR is at least a good sign that there's nothing super serious with any of those players. At least that's what you would assume based on the fact that no one's been placed on IR. Now it's been 3 days after the game. So Travon Walker, week to week with the wrist injury, probably safe to assume he won't play against the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Jaguars, following their Monday night game against the Chiefs, they play the Seahawks the following week on Sunday in Jacksonville. Then they travel to London to host the Los Angeles Rams, and then they have their bye week. So it would seem that the latest Travon Walker would potentially be back is following that bye week. But it seems possible, at least, that he could return for Seattle. Maybe for the London game. Don't know. Impossible to know right now. This is just all speculation. And we will hear from Liam Cohen tomorrow. He will speak with the media tomorrow. Everything's been bumped back a day since the Jaguars are playing Monday Night Football. Everything gets moved back, right? So tomorrow is like their Wednesday, their normal Wednesday. So you'll hear from Liam Cohen. I believe you'll also hear from the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. I can confirm that real quick. And you'll get a little bit of an update. Now, one thing to keep in mind is Liam Cohen, for as candid as he is and open as he is about a lot of things in press conferences and when speaking to the media, he does not really discuss injuries much at all. So this could be the actual best update we get on Travon Walker. Very, very rarely does he really dive into injury news. But yeah, he'll meet with the media, scheduled for 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Trevor Lawrence in the afternoon, 2:30. So that's like their Wednesday. Friday will be like their Thursday. Saturday will be like their Friday, so on and so forth. Sunday will be their day to get ready for Monday Night Football, 8:15 p.m. kickoff in Jacksonville. We're in the Prowlers. We're going to be previewing that game a lot. It's exciting. But Travon Walker, if he doesn't play in that game, which is my assumption at this point, but it is an assumption because we, again, don't have official word. If he does not play, does that impact the Jaguars' ability to rush 4? I think you really want to rush 4 against the Chiefs because Patrick Mahomes can eat up the blitz. Anthony Campanile versus Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, I think, is a really enticing matchup. I think both coaching matchups on both sides are very enticing. Liam Cohen versus Steve Spagnuolo as well. But I think the way the Chiefs offense played last week and the way the Jaguars defense has been playing really could be fantastic. And you want a Travon Walker at full strength or available for the game. But if he is unavailable, does that impact your ability to rush 4? Because again, Patrick Mahomes can eat up teams when they send 5 or more. One thing the Jaguars can do to combat this is sim pressures. And it's not like Patrick Mahomes has never seen a sim pressure, but I think the way the Jaguars communicate and execute, that sim pressures would probably be the way to go more often than not. And the Jaguars haven't been one of the heaviest blitz teams, but they have run a lot of sim pressures. They run a lot of games up front, stunts, loops, slants to try to free up rushers. Are they going to turn to the blitz more? That could be dangerous in my opinion. That could be a recipe for big plays for Patrick Mahomes and company. Are they going to have to rush more than 4? That's my big question about this moving forward. And really, the Chiefs is the game where you need Travon Walker and Josh Hines-Allen to be healthy. And I'm not saying the Jaguars can't win this game without him. I think they can. They just played the 49ers pretty damn good. Got the W out there in San Francisco. But Travon Walker gives you that ability to really rush for. If you have Travon Walker, Josh Hines-Allen, and Eric Armstead as 3 of your down linemen rushing at the quarterback, they don't have to be down linemen, but if that's 3 of your front 4 rushing the quarterback, you have a chance to get home with 4 and not really be all that exotic. But I think that you still need to try to rush with 4, sometimes 5. You got to blitz every now and then, keep them honest. But you want Patrick Mahomes to not really know where it's coming from. You also want him to have a muddied picture on the back end, which I think Anthony Campanile will do a good job of. But all this is just to say I wonder how effective the Jaguars will be rushing with 4 without Travon Walker. I think that they were able to generate enough pressure against the 49ers last week, mostly without Travon Walker. 49ers offensive line, I think, not as balanced as the Chiefs offensive line, but I think the 49ers probably have better tackle play overall with McKivitz and Trent Williams. I do love Josh Simmons, and it's Jawan Taylor's still out there, I believe, and they do have Jalen Moore, but I think, Jawan Taylor's coming off a pretty good game. But specifically the edge rush with Travon Walker likely not being able to play, that's my big question. Jags versus 49ers, they were able to rack up 23 pressures. So, they were getting pressures back there, no question about it. And, some of that was Devin Lloyd. Emmanuel Ogbah stepped up and I thought was productive. He had 4 pressures. I thought Devon Hamilton was effective pushing the pocket. DeJuan Smoot did some things as well. So it's going to be fascinating to see really how Anthony Campanile handles this against, in my opinion, the best quarterback in the league, one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen. I think he's the greatest of all time. I know a lot of people will take offense to that, but I do think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback that I've ever seen play, greatest of all time, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be tough. Xavier Worthy's back. There's more speed on the field. They're feeling good about themselves. They've been in this big primetime spot a lot, so not the week you want to lose Travon Walker, but overall, the fact that you're probably not putting him on IR, the fact that you're probably losing him for 3 games at most, you would think, based on Jeremy Fowler's report, could be a whole lot worse. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Don't forget, tonight we have on UCF Jaguars channel, Club Jaguar with UCF Jaguar, Jason from Jaguars United, and myself. We will be talking all things Jacksonville Jaguars. That's at 8:30 p.m. tonight, Wednesday, October 1st, over on UCF Jaguars channel. Y'all have a good one.